Well, g'day, and welcome back again to Jiaoqing. And today we are out on the electric bike again. We're just out the front of Paifeng Square at the moment, and somebody made a comment on a video a while back asking about have I ever ridden right the way around Star Lake on my electric bike? And well, the answer is yes, I have, but I've never actually videoed that. So today we're going to head out around the lake, right the way around, um, and yeah, take a video, see how we go. We did ride out to Gaoyao the other day, so the battery is not fully charged. So we're going to take it fairly slow, fairly conservative around here, and yeah, try and make sure we can make the distance. If not, there are charging points around the place we can plug into. So Paifeng Square on our left there just ending, and we're into Paifeng Park here. Now there's parts of that we can't ride around, like right by the lake, but we are going to do the best we can. Oh, let's go a little bit further. We'll get up to this next little roadway to get over onto the footpath. Okay. So on our left here, I don't know what this building is. So on our right here, we have big hotel looking out over the park and Star Lake. That's at the back of Darren Far, the big shopping centre here. And then over here we have the InReach shopping centre, which used to house Walmart, but well, that's a thing of the past here in Jiaoqing. Singhu Citizen Card Service Counter. So this must be where you go to get, you've seen in other videos, the cards we use to get into Dinghu Mountain, Star Lake. So that must be where they are available from. I've never actually been there. I've always got mine through the school. The school's always taken care of that. So yeah, I've never actually been there before. But yeah, if I haven't, or if you haven't seen that video, because it's quite a long way back, and we got a lot of new subscribers since then. Those cards, normally, I believe they normally cost 200 RMB, and they basically give you a year or 2 years, I can't remember, but access into Dinghu Mountain, Seven Star Lake, various other places, and you know, to get into Dinghu Mountain without a card, I believe it's 60 odd RMB. So a couple of visits there and you're already ahead. We are going to have to do another trip up Dinghu Mountain sometime soon. So we are now back. The lake has sort of come around the park. We're now back by the lake. Yeah, but those cards, instead of at 100 RMB, we actually get, instead of 200 RMB, we get them for 100 through the school. And the school also organises for all the students to receive cards as well for 100 RMB, so we do a big bulk order. I don't know if the school has got back into doing that. I haven't heard about it for a while. I think they sort of stopped during COVID because students weren't going outside the school gates anyway, so it sort of died a little bit. But yeah, it was a really good thing, and it gave the students access to these places that they probably wouldn't get to go to very much otherwise, because of the, it's, that and Seven Star Lake. It is a tourist place. It is rather expensive if you've not got a card. But even if you're coming to visit Jiaoqing, I'd recommend looking at getting one of them cards. Just a visit to Star Lake and Dinghu Mountain would almost be worth the price of the card. So they're a good investment even if you're only here for a week or two. Steps up there to our left. Let's just have a quick look at this sign here. There's nothing really worth looking at there. We'll carry on and just see what we see. So we're coming up now onto a big sort of inlet with a lake. So over the other side from where we are now is the sort of beer street, which we're going to go around on our way through. Have a look around there. Houses on our right here, they actually look quite good. I can see a couple of eagles or hawks flying up there above the houses, quite a ways away. I don't know that we'll be able to zoom in on them, but I would expect these places here are rather expensive to live in, I would think. They're not going to be the cheapest places in the world, but beautiful views, beautiful spot to live. It'd be really nice in there. I reckon if I had a large sum of money and I was going to buy my own place in Jiaqing, I reckon I'd be looking for somewhere in there or around this little area. We're really close to the city centre, really close to the sort of entertainment area over the other side there. Good views over the lake, and it would be a beautiful, beautiful spot to live. A few bumps there. Beautiful spot to live, I would imagine. Oh, bike coming the other way. Hope he's going to wait for us. So yeah, the earlier video I did, the ride back from Gaoyao, I was talking about those eagles or hawks and watching them, and watching one drop down and actually pick a fish up out of the lake, and that was just over here on our left. It was amazing to watch. Yeah, those birds, as I said the other day, I love watching them just soar up through the air. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful birds. Now, I'm not sure, but hopefully we can get down to the bottom here somewhere. I think we can just around the corner here. Okay, yes, so we have a little ramp down here to get us down onto the bottom. Signs here again in English. So to the right, East Gate Square of the Seven Star Crag, and then going off to the left, Archway Square, which is Paifong, Seven Star Crag Scenic Area, Archway Park, Paifong Park. So Paifong is basically the big gate that we see in Paifong Square, and so Paifong basically means sort of like an archway gate, which is why the name's a little bit different here. They do try and make the tourist stuff is pretty well done around here. They've got most of it. They do have some pretty good English stuff happening. We see another of them eagles circling just off the edge of the lake up here, off looking for fish. This is a nice pathway, this one. Been down for walks down here of the evening a lot. Lots of those little viewing areas that we just rode past all the way around as well, where you can sort of step off the path, get out and have a good look at what's going on. Okay, now the question is, when we get around this corner into the beer road, do we stay down here on the path, or do we get up on the road? I think we might get up on the road. There will be pedestrians and stuff around the around the path. So we'll get up onto the roadway, get out of the way of the pedestrians. Okay, and here we go around. So we have seen around this road before, if you've watched any of them videos. Looks like something's being built on our right here, but I'm not sure what. Looks like maybe apartments and shops. If these pictures on the right are an accurate sort of depiction of what they're looking at. It looks like they are. This, find another one of these map areas. So yeah, this one here does look like this bit of roadway. So pretty good chance. A lot of really nice little food places down here. We've got this elevated parking here with the elevator lifts for cars, which is really cool. I was playing this bar on our right here was the Lion Bar. I don't know if that's still the same name. Let's have a look up here. No, there's no English there, but that was called the Lion Bar. I used to play there a couple of times a week. They'd pay me to come and play, but again, all stopped with COVID, unfortunately. There's another really nice little place here. Came for a ride around here with Peter and his young friend Betty. And she was a little girl. She was probably only 8 or 9, but we stopped in a little place in here somewhere and they did fresh watermelon juice. It was really, really nice. Really nice place to stop and have a drink, but I can't remember for the life of me which shop it was. It was so long ago. So looking over on our left there, you can see the apartments and houses up there. That's where we just rode down past. I should have actually kept track of the time that we set off from Paifong Square. The other part, the person who asked me about have I ridden around the lake also asked me how long it would take, but I didn't even think about checking time. Generally, if I'm going around the lake, the time doesn't matter, you know, it's just out for a nice ride. And I would normally do this ride on my push bike, not on the electric bike. It is a really nice ride on the push bike. There's a few bars around here that I have played in over the years. It's just a really nice spot. Really, really popular on the weekends. If you haven't seen the videos around here, get back and have a look. Have a look for them. If I remember, I'll try and link a few videos that we talk about as we go around here in the description. Another of these little look at areas, a lot of electric bikes and stuff people can hire here. There's electric boats out on the water there you can hire. And then we're getting in towards the 7-Star Crag area. This is actually a guy I know who was a friend of my mother, Andy. He brought me out here when I first arrived in Jiaqing. It was like maybe the second or third night. And we actually came and sat up on top of one of these bars. Had a couple of drinks, just looking out over the 7-Star Crags as they were all lit up. It was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, such a beautiful, beautiful spot. Oh, the Channel Bar. I'm sure I've played in here before. There's another one around here somewhere, a Tibetan-themed bar, which I'm not going to remember which bar it was, but it's really, really nice. And very, very popular. Yeah, we went there years ago. We just sort of stumbled across the place. Walked in, found a seat. I ended up playing a couple of songs. Had a really good night. The band that were playing in there that night were really, really good. It might have been, no, I can't remember which place it was. But they, yeah, we had a great night. And then Kathy, who works at the school, I was talking to her a day or two later, and she said, "Oh, what did you do on, Saturday night, whatever night it was?" And said, "Oh, I went and found this bar," and she showed her a couple of photos, and she looked at me weird and said, "How did you get in there?" I said, "Well, just sort of walked in. How else do you get into a bar?" And she tells me, "Oh, we've been trying to get in there for months. It's a huge waiting list." We didn't know that, so we just walked in. Another bar on the right here I've played in. So yeah, I told her, well, next time you're going out and you want to go to a specific bar, you'll have to come with me because I'm a foreigner and they just love to have foreigners on deck. So here is, on the left here, this bridge here leads us into the east gate into Seven Star Crags, into the tourist area. These little streets behind us on the right here as well, sort of behind the bar street. It's another place I haven't really been to. I haven't really explored through a lot of these streets. It's somewhere I'm going to have a look at sometime, um, and do a video in there, because yeah, there's quite a bit of old looking stuff in there. It'd be interesting to go and have a look out. So we're off the main roadway again now, right down by the lake. Couple of grandparents, well, a grandparent, mother with their young kids walking around, having a look around the place. So yeah, me and my old mate Peter, we used to we used to ride around the lake quite regularly, at least once a month, on push bikes. And yeah, we always had a good time riding around here. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful spot to walk, to ride. Oh, we've got something happening in the big square on our right here. I can't remember the name of this square. It might be the Eastgate Square, actually. Big sort of public square area on our right, which is, again, going back old videos, it's where they had the beer festival closing concert. It's where what was the thing they had a little while ago I think it was for May Day, they had big displays in there. But yeah, enough of that. We're looking on our left, the lake. It's just such a gorgeous spot. So on our right here is, what's the name of it now? The Wyndham Hotel. Used to be the OYC it was called. I don't know what OYC stood for. But really big, really nice hotel. It closed down. I believe the guy who used to own it when it was the OYC, I believe he actually got in trouble for gambling. Illegal gambling and running gambling stuff and whatnot. And I don't know what happened, whether he was just forced to sell the hotel or whether he went to prison or something. There's swimming pools and stuff in here, behind here. A bit hard to see with the camera where it is, but kids' playground and stuff. Yeah, it's a really, really nice area. I haven't actually been, I've only been in the hotel area, I think once. I went into, there's a big, what do they call it? We got tennis courts in there, big convention centre. And I was in there for, what was the event that was happening in there? I don't even remember. That's going back a long time ago. I can't remember. My memory is terrible. I don't remember a lot of stuff. Yeah, I don't really hold on to memories terribly well. I've never been very good at that. I'm not actually sure what's up there, but it says no bikes on the sign. So we're going around to the right here. Going to go around this little park area. We'll have to come back in here sometime have a walk through there. I've not been in that little area before, and I think it's fairly new. I don't think that was open when we used to ride around here. I'm not sure, but it's not an area I've spent time inside of. We'll have to go and have a look what's in there sometime. So we're still in the grounds of the Wyndham Hotel on our right here. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous area. It is a good place to live. It's it's big enough to have everything you want. You know, all your big shops and the like, and yet small enough to still be fairly local. So this is the other entrance to that area we were just around in. But we're going to head around to the right here. Have a look at what we can see around this way. So now we've got a pathway down by the lake here, but we're not actually going to head down there because at the other end it's kind of blocked off for electric bikes. So if we go down there, we have to we have to come right the way back around again and get back up onto this road, which I found out to my cost last time I brought the electric bike around. So we're heading into the eastern part of the city now. A lot of newer buildings and stuff out this way. Again, another area I haven't explored terribly much. I do much prefer getting out and looking at the older parts of the city. These newer things, just a bit too clinical for me. These bikes on our left here, the motorized trikes, these are all tourist vehicles. You can hire them. They'll take you, think you can do a trip pretty much right the way around the lake, but they'll take you to all the good tourist spots and give you a good look around. Okay, from here we're going to head around to our left. I think down this little road here. Just have a look once we get in here and just check we're in the right place. Yes, I think we are. So this will be we're going to be heading into another gate area into the Seven Star Crags area. I think this is another little bar and restaurant area up the hill here on our right. This little shop on our right here is one of the places me and Peter used to stop all the time on our bike rides, grab a drink. It's really nice. They always looked after us, always good service. But yeah, I think this area on our right is also fairly new, sort of bar and restaurant area. It's another area I'm yet to get to, but we will do that one of these days. It's it's a nice looking area. I haven't even been through here at night time to have a look how it looks under the lights, but I'm guessing it'll be quite a nice little spot. And then yeah, we're out now into the countryside. Lots of trees and stuff here. Oh, there is a place up here on our right, which I do want to stop and have a look at. We've been through here, but filming on the phone with a gimbal. But now we're on the 360 camera. I can actually pull out my phone and try and translate this sign if I can find the spot where it was. I've not actually been up into this place, but it looks like a place we can climb up one of these mountains. Was this the area? It is here. So let's just pull out the phone here, see if we can get a translation on what these signs here are saying. Translator. What do they tell us? Enter the mountain registry office. Everyone who's responsible for forest fire protection. Okay, so that's pretty basic stuff. Let's walk up a little bit. We'll get up and have a little look at this other sign up the way here. Okay, what does this one tell us? Hey. Okay, Guangdong Cultural Relics Protection Unit, site of Shigang Battery. So is that sort of a, some sort of a military thing? There's no sign of opening times there or anything, so maybe that's being refurbished at the moment. And, oh, come on. Okay. All right, we're going to carry on. I was going to just check that the microphone was still connected, because we did walk a little bit away and it's all connected via Bluetooth. So got a little bit of drizzle just starting to fall on us. So we'll see how we go with the weather as we go around. It's very, very warm today, but yeah, a little bit of rain wouldn't be the worst thing. Help cool the place down, although might make it rather humid very soon. Another little entranceway there on our left. Bit of a parking area. I don't know what's in here. You can see a few boats through there, but they're not boats I've ever seen running around the road, so I'm not sure what that area is. Now, if we go further out to our right, sort of the other side of this mountain that we're riding by, there are more lake areas around there, but they're not really connected to this, so we're not going to go right the way out there. We're just going to sort of stick with the old bike ride that me and Peter used to do, because it's just a nice area. We are going to get over onto our left, somewhere up here. Oh, I think it's here actually. We chuck a left around here. So we have a little sort of village area on our right as we go through here. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of agricultural stuff be happening on our right as we ride up here. And then all of the, if we can find, so this path further down on our left, they've been going through and refurbishing all this. There's parts further up where there wasn't a path, where they've been building it up and getting it all done so people can do a complete walk around the lake. I don't know that I've ever actually walked all the way around the lake. I might have to do that one day, just take a day and go for a wander. So bits of water on our right here, so there are little fish farms dotted in around here, and in between each of them there's little gardens growing everywhere. And then yeah, just a small village area through there. Right in the middle of the city, you got this sort of old village area. It's really nice. Still with the lake on our left. There was, which I'm sad to say it's gone now, there was a people keeping chickens on one of these spits of land, and the shed that they had the chickens housed in, like their little chicken coop, was a really, really old structure. I'll have to dig through, see if I can find some photos of it and put up on the screen if I remember. But unfortunately it's gone. I used to just love, every time we rode around, I'd always stop and have a look at that thing and just go, wow, those chickens are so lovely. They're so lucky. They had a great little, great little chicken coop, views over the water. It was just a nice area to keep chickens in. There's also, if you do ever find yourself in Jiaoqing, there are plenty of places all the way around here where you can actually hire push bikes. So you can actually hire a push bike and actually ride right the way around the lake. I've done that a couple of times with students way back before COVID. Yeah, done it for a couple of times, probably a few times with students. We've gone down to Paifong Square, hired push bikes and ridden right the way around the lake. Doesn't cost much, it's really nice. So on our left now, we're getting into the Seven Star Crag scenic area again. So that island that you see on the left with the tall trees, that is within the paid area of the lake. So you pay to get across there, which we'll see the area up the way. This little street up on our right here is another place me and Peter would stop. There's a little shop up there on the left. Another place me and Peter would stop to get a drink on our way through. Yeah, it's always a nice place. We've got to sort of dodge these barricades on our way through here. So they're sort of stopping motorbikes, petrol powered bikes coming through here, which is a good thing. Although it doesn't look like it does stop petrol powered bikes, because I can see a couple of them parked up the front here. So the bikes parked here are mostly people who work in the Seven Star Crag area, probably work on this gate area here. So this is our entrance where you get into the crags. We actually went in this way sometime we were making a video. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it's really nice entranceway. They've done a good job. Actually, they've done a good job right the way through the park. It is really nice, really beautiful. So we're up, sort of heading up towards the north end now of the whole area. Got another, this is for the boat dock up here, for if you want to catch a ferry over to the crags, and they'll take you around to different areas. Here's one of the boats coming in now. It's two of the boats coming in now. Under the bridge. And there's another one I can see just pulling away up here. So we might get up in front of that. We've got a big tourist area, big tourist information area up on our right here. There's bus stops in there, the huge big parking area. It's very nice. So it's a huge parking area in there, but that was absolutely chock-a-block full. What was that? It must have been the May Day weekend. Just huge amounts of people, and then people parked along the side of the road, just sitting in their cars waiting to get in. A long way down the road, like several kilometres. As she was riding the electric bike up, I'd gone up to see Frankel, who lives up near here, and I was absolutely stunned at the amount of cars right the way around the lake, around the big road up there. It was amazing. So many tourists. So lots of covered seating areas all around the places we go around here. Trying to catch up with this little boat up here. Try and find a spot where we can actually see. So it's quite a narrow area here. So all the Seven Star Crags are in like an island in the lake, but the island's very close to the edge up here. It's a nice place. I've done a boat trip through there before, and it's really nice. You got the crags on the left, sort of sheltered from everything. That rain that was just starting off earlier seems to have seems to have disappeared. We didn't get much out of it, unfortunately. A little bit more would have been nice. Such a good area. So we've done, what have we done? We've done 13 kilometers so far. I think, if that odometer's right. Still fully charged according to the chart, so the battery on the bike's doing really well. Now I'm wondering, we'll wonder when we get up there. Oh, a group of people sitting across the path here getting a photo taken. We'll let them get their photo taken. Oh, guys in costumes, looking very cool. Hello. Oh, they look good. Nice costumes. So yeah, you'll often find guys dressing up like that in their traditional gear, going out to places to get photos. There's another gate up here over this bridge here, which I'm not sure what that's for. I've never seen it open. It might be for use for emergency services or something, if they have fires or something in there. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so you see this boat coming up behind us here. This is the one that we just passed. So yeah, you get a ferry and they come right down through this channel here. It's such a beautiful, beautiful little area. Really nice boat ride. They don't cost very much either. I think they're 25 RMB, so $5 Australian from memory. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. If we go past one of the ferry places, we might stop and have a look, see if we can actually see some of the prices. But they're relatively cheap, as is everything here. So on our right, which we can't see here, we're down below that level, we'll be up there in a minute. But the road on our right is sort of the main road. If you head down the way we're travelling, right down that way, follow that road through, you go past the Jiaoqing port, along the river, and then I'm not sure where else you go after that. I haven't been further than that down that way. But head back behind us. This road will take you right through to Dinghu, through in the Surhui direction and eventually right through to Guangzhou. So yeah, big major road cutting through. See a lot of boats on our right here, so this would all be connected to the rowing school. See guys out on bikes, getting out on bikes here. So they might be doing like tryout or bike training or something. You see the boats in there upside down, so they look like 2-man. And we will come across the rest of this school somewhere. Still trying to find somebody in there who actually speaks English, because I'd love to go and do a video in there and actually see what they train. It is a national training school, a national rowing school, so I'm not entirely sure what they do in there. I haven't been in there, but so that what we've just passed on our right is connected to the rowing school down this way on our left. Just trying to decide here. No, we're not going to go right the way around sort of Bohai Lake and stuff. We'll keep to the main lake. So we're going to head, yeah, we'll head downwards, get down away from the road again. Head down along the walkway because it's just beautiful. Right down near the water. This used to, so when I first came to Zhaoqing, if you watched a few videos ago, I pointed out the building where I used to live right in the middle of the city, which is sort of over in front of us now. And this was sort of my morning walk. I would just walk right the way around the lake up to this corner here and back, and just enjoy the atmosphere. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place down along the lake here. Actually got me into trouble. So when I first came here, you know, I come from the south coast of Western Australia. It's not a terribly hot place. Get some hot days through the summer, but most of the time Albany's pretty mild. And come here, and like Albany's cool enough that you don't really have to carry water everywhere you go. It's not that hot that you're going to dehydrate in a hurry anywhere. Come here and I'm just not being used to that idea. Spent the first 3 days just walking everywhere in the heat and not drinking enough water. And I've been out walking, I think it was the third day I was here. I'd walked quite a long way up here somewhere, and I went back, headed back, and I was really, really hot. So I thought, right, we're going to go into Darren Far, into the shopping centre, because it's air conditioned in there, and cool down. And I walked in there, the air conditioning hit me, and I remember just feeling sort of really dizzy, like I should sit down. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up in a hospital going, what the hell? Where am I? And really worried because like no one in there spoke, and no staff that I'd met yet spoke English. So I couldn't talk to any of them. Eventually realised I had my phone in my pocket. So I messaged Frankel. Turns out I was in the hospital just over the road from Frankel's, where Frankel used to live, which was very fortuitous. I messaged him and said, Frankel, I'm in hospital. So he was there within 10 minutes. He dropped everything, come and looked after me. He ended up, I'm pretty sure he ended up spending the night with me. So I ended up spending a night in hospital, getting fluids pumped into me. I was fine the next day, you know, it was just dehydration. And so yeah, if you're coming to Zhaoqing and you're from a cooler climate, remember to drink plenty of water. It was not something that was high on my radar at the time, but I always carry water with me now. Or I'm always buying water. I don't actually carry a lot of water with me for very long because I do like cold water. I'm not into drinking this warm water that Chinese people like. I like my water out of a fridge in a place in a climate like this. So yeah, when I'm walking around, I'll often stop 2 or 3 times just to buy cold water because it heats up so quick. We've got Dr. Ben, my musician friend and guitar technician friend, shop in there. Looks like he's not open today. I was almost tempted to stop in and say hello, but he's not open, so we'll carry on around here. Yeah, the hospital trip was weird. In Australia, when you're in hospital, you've sort of got a hospital kitchen and you order they have a little menu that they give you and you order the food you want and they bring you your food. Here, we ordered, I think I ordered lasagna from Pizza Hut and we got that delivered. So the delivery people come right up. I'm pretty sure he came right up to the room, delivered it right to the room. So me and Frankel had, I think Frankel had spaghetti that night. Chatted up, hanging out the windows, in the hospital, smoking in hospital. And it was so different from anything they'd let you do in Australia. I remember Frankel's wife, Kathy, had their second child probably a couple of years after I'd been here. He must be 5 now, 4 or 5 years old now, so yeah, a couple of years after I got here. She went into hospital, had a baby. And I went to visit them maybe the day after he was born. And I was astounded. I can't remember if it was Frankel's parents or Kathy's parents, but one of the sets of grandparents was in the room with them. And they've set up a little gas cooker with all the pots and pans and stuff, and they're actually cooking dinner in the hospital room. It just blew me away. That would not be allowed in Australia. I can't imagine a hospital allowing you to come up, set up your gas cooker and stuff, and cooking dinner in the hospital. It's just, I couldn't imagine it. And here it's just a normal thing. I'm sure I'm told hospitals do have kitchens and you can get food from like the hospital canteen. But I think the kitchen that they're getting food from, I think it is more of a staff canteen rather than a actual patient kitchen. I believe that, like in Australia, the reason they want you to eat from the hospital kitchen is because they can then keep track of what you're eating, make sure it's not going to clash with your medication. And maybe they do that here if you're on certain medications. I don't know. I haven't been in that situation. Basically, all I had when I was in there was having fluids pumped into me. So, yeah, I don't know how that works. If you're in for something more serious, whether they're more strict about what you're eating and stuff. It'd be interesting to find out. I might have to, might try and find some of the medical teachers in our school who actually speak a bit of English, who have worked in hospitals, and try and find a bit more information about that. That'd be interesting. I'd also actually like to, we had a number of our professors actually went off to Wuhan at the start of the pandemic to actually go and help. I think a couple of them were there doing research, and a couple of others were there. A number of people actually went to help with the emergency, with the dealing with patients and stuff. I'd love to actually find a couple of those who can speak some English and have a chat about what that was like, sort of being in ground zero right at the very start of the pandemic, before we knew exactly what it was and how far it would spread and all that sort of thing. It'd be interesting to hear that take. Now we're getting up here to the tourist street area, the restaurant, bar and restaurant area, but we're not going to go through there because you're not meant to take electric bikes and stuff in that area. So we're actually going to move down onto the street down here, well, beside the street, onto the footpath. Yeah, that's the guys who went off to Wuhan. I remember Frankel showing me a picture. One of the guys, or girls, it might have been a husband and wife who work in the school actually. They were coming back from Wuhan after they'd finished their time there on the high-speed rail. And they sent a picture from on the train, and they were in the middle of the train, and they took a photo looking forward from where they were and looking back from where they were. There was nobody else on the train. It was just the two of them. And I think a lot of trains would have been like that, especially coming to and from Wuhan. They probably had trains which were exclusively for the people who were doing the work. Who were doing the work and were involved with infectious people and stuff. They probably did all that stuff pretty well. It was a pretty interesting time to be in China, to watch how everything happened during the pandemic. You know, I've heard a lot of stories. I saw a lot of things in Western media, which straight up, I will say, don't believe what you saw in Western media. Most of it was absolute garbage. Or they were taking little isolated things that were one little part of what was happening here, and sort of, oh, we got a bit of a problem here. The path has been blocked off. Okay, so we're going to try and carefully work our way down this bit of a bump. And then watching out for traffic, try and get through to the other side here. So they're obviously doing some work on the footpath. We do have a little path up here we can get back up onto the footpath on. So yeah, being here during the pandemic really showed the different attitude towards life here compared to what you see in the West. In the West, a lot of individualism, looking out for number one sort of stuff, and all that crap about freedom. You know, people not wanting to wear masks, people not wanting to not be able to go to bars or restaurants. All that stuff that went along with it. The getting the vaccines and stuff. Never saw any of those sort of protests here. They had protests occasionally, so I know there was some stuff went on in Shanghai, I believe, which was not so much due to the measures, but due to the way the local government there was handling it, which is why I believe the federal government stepped in and took over handling things in Shanghai. Got much better, very quickly. But yeah, we might actually have to do a video just talking about that sometime, because it was really interesting sort of watching the difference in what I saw in the media compared to what actually happened, and then comparing what we saw in the media about the West, what was happening in the West, compared with uh, compared with what was happening on the ground here. So, in terms of the reports about what was happening in China, most of them I don't believe, because I know now how the media sort of twists things. But I do have more faith in things that were happening in Australia, in America. I still think a lot of stuff was probably overblown, but, you know, I have more faith that they were more honest about Western countries than they were about China. And then but then comparing the stories about what happened in the West, and again, I would take it with a pinch of salt, because I'm not going to entirely trust what I saw on the media. But comparing that to what I actually saw on the ground here, it'd be interesting. But anyway, we're back now to our starting point. So that was a ride around the lake. I hope you've enjoyed that. It is a nice ride. It is a nice ride on a push bike. In fact, I probably prefer it on a push bike than on the electric bike, but that would have been a much longer video, because I would have had to stop places, have a drink and stuff. So yeah, if you've enjoyed that, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to see more of life here in Jiaqing or in China wider. And yeah, share with friends. If you've got people who'd like to learn about life here, or who maybe need to learn that the things they hear are not true, again, share with friends. If you have any questions, comments, hit us up down in the comment section. And if you have anything you'd like to learn about life here in China, again, comment section, let us know. If you come up with a good idea, I'll go away, do my research, come back, make a video, and yeah, try and help you learn some of the things you'd like to learn. So thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.